Hello and Namaste. Trinity was a challenge to me. She is too important a character to have been brought in just for the story value. At the same time, her characterization did not seem to conform to any one concept in Vedanta. My first clue about her identity was her name, Trinity. I recall that the mother goddess is also called Tripura in our religion. Trinity represents the concept of God, the higher power whom we all worship. She is the mother goddess. You remember Trinity's first encounter with Neo?
Who are you?
My name is Trinity.
Trinity. The Trinity?
What?
I just thought, you were a guy.
Most guys do.
This seems to be a dig at everyone who believes God is male. We often refer to God as a he, isn't it? Once I cracked this clue, the rest of the clues were self-explanatory. The most important clue was the fact that she leads Neo to Morpheus. Let me explain my reasoning. According to Vedanta, the whole world is an illusion which has trapped us in an endless cycle of suffering, which we call samsara. Liberation is freeing ourselves from this illusion with the help of a guru. So what is the role of God in this world view? There is a very frequently asked question in Vedanta. How is bhakti or devotion to God relevant in the pursuit of liberation? If moksha is realizing the fact that you are Brahman, the concept of a God who is separate from you, more powerful than you, and who can bestow boons on you is an illusion, isn't it? So can we conclude that God has no place for a Vedantic seeker? The answer is no. As long as you are in the matrix, you are bound by the rules of the matrix. Similarly, as long as you are a part of this world of Maya, you are bound by its rules. That is why even if you are a liberated soul, you cannot break all rules. And God, as is normally understood, is also a reality in this world. She has the power to give you whatever you seek. For a Vedantic seeker, God helps in getting the right qualification for liberation and leads you to the right guru. Vedanta is categorical that not everyone can get liberation. Out of the millions of people in the matrix, Neo is singled out because he has what it takes. In order to be able to free yourself from this world of illusion, you need to develop certain qualities of mind. This process of purifying the mind is called Chitta Shuddhi in Vedanta. God can help a Vedantic seeker acquire these qualities. In the movie, Trinity encourages Neo to ask the right questions. She helps him become a seeker. She leads him to Morpheus. According to Vedanta, it is God who leads the seeker to the Guru. She protects him from the agents. We will discuss about agents in my next post. They are fascinating characters even from a Vedantic point of view. I will explain why this is relevant. She is by his side in all his battles within the matrix. When Agent Smith shoots Neo dead, she brings him back to life. Without her, Neo could not have achieved all that he did in the matrix. She keeps Neo from giving up his pursuit. Remember the scene in the car with Neo, Trinity and Switch? Neo decides to leave when they try to extract the bug which Agent has planted in him. Trinity stops him from giving up.
Please, Neo, you have to trust me.
Why?
Because you have been down there, Neo. You know that road. You know exactly where it ends. And I know that's not where you want to be.
She prevents him from going back into the fold of the matrix. That is the role of God for a seeker, to prevent him from being led astray by Maya. If Trinity had not stopped him, he would have never met Morpheus. This is the role of God for a Vedantic seeker. She is the force which prevents you from getting trapped in the distractions of the illusionary world, the grace which helps you overcome your doubts and fear. She is the power which gives you the tremendous strength required to face all challenges that Maya throws at you as you try to liberate yourself. She will be with you to fight your battles as Maya tries to pull you back into her grip. She will bring you back when you stray. If you stick with her, she'll lead you to liberation. That is why she's second in command to the Guru. She's almost as important as a Guru in helping a seeker get liberation. So a seeker's love for God is almost as much as his love for his Guru. She's most powerful within the matrix. She's a proficient hacker. She derives her power because of her knowledge of the matrix and her command over it. According to Vedanta, God is all powerful because of Maya. She has power over Maya and hence capable of lot of things within the world of Maya. Outside the world of Maya, there is no difference between a liberated person and God. That is why outside the matrix, in the real world, Trinity is equal to Neo and Morpheus. Apart from all the philosophical parallels, there are also iconographic similarities between Trinity and the Mother Goddess. The Mother Goddess carries the most powerful weapons. She is proficient in battle and can defeat demons which all the male gods cannot defeat. She is a formidable warrior. Trinity too holds all the coolest weapons and wields it like a pro. She is a deadly fighter. Even in this sense, she resembles Kali and Parashakti. Let me know if you agree. Do you have a different take on Trinity? Next week, I will discuss the agents, one of the most fascinating metaphors in the movie. Here are your clues. Agents don't represent a person. Their main job is to stop people from escaping the matrix. They can take the form of anyone or anything you encounter. Those are your clues. Looking forward to your answers. That's it from me. Please subscribe, like and share with your friends. Press the bell icon for reminders. Until next week, Namaste.